Alright, so my next little thing I gotta do is I gotta fix this door. You see where somebody's busted that up pretty good, and then the door's separated. It's dragging on the carpet a little bit too. So it's kind of lost its integrity a little bit. Yeah. No. Yeah, that door's split. It's no good. See right there? The door's split. And that's no good. It's easier if I just hold on a second. Watch the bottom of the door when I shake it. See? The door's lost its integrity. I don't know. If I nail it together, it may be okay. Yeah. If I nail it back together, put some Bondo in there, or some glue, I might be able to salvage the door. It's pretty rough though. Yeah, it's got a bad split in it. It's got a split right here. You can see a gap on that, so I think I have a door around here somewhere. Yeah, I think I got one of these doors. You know what? Be a good video, bro. Guess what? You about to get schooled, bro, on how to put in a door the right way. First thing you want to do, take the door off the hinges. Take the doorknob off. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is check your height. I noticed this carpet. Yep, the new door is about 1 inch too tall. And I already know that the door was rubbing on the carpet. Okay, so I want to take the distance. That's about 1/2 inch. Double check. That's 1/2 inch. So if we take 1 inch off the bottom of the door, that's a bit much. I think what I'll do, to be on the safe side, they got something going on over there at the church. They got a bunch of people. It's Thursday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, that's weird. Anyways, mind your own freaking business, bruh. I might go check out that church this weekend. I haven't been to church in 6 years. Anyways, so I don't want to take too much off of one end, okay? Because your doors, you only have about 1.25 1.5 inch piece of freaking wood going across the top, down each side, and across the bottom. If you're lucky, you have one going across the middle of the door to give it strength. So if you whack all your freaking material off one end, your door's done. Trash. I know it's a little extra step, but we're gonna have to cut 1/2 inch off the top and 1/2 inch off the bottom of the door. Just to do it right. Cool beans? And then we can line up the hinges and all that stuff. Cool? You know, I've been needing a new router, man, forever. I might just go get me a new router. Cordless. The one I got works, but it's horrible. Sometimes the cord, I mean, I've had it for 20 freaking years, 25 years. The cord is loose. It'll off and on. You can't see down where the belt is. It's really bad. Well, it was me. I must go buy a new router. I'm doing other projects anyway, so I was gonna buy one anyway. Anyways, quit goofing, bro. Get to work, man. All right, so the first thing I want to do, my little box here. Let's get rid of this door out of the way. Lay this door out. First, we're gonna cut the copper. It doesn't matter right now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this tape as a guide. Wow. Yeah. I use this tape. Put it on there. I want to try to keep the door from splintering up a little bit because it's cheap. Just try a little bit. You know, there ain't nothing gonna hurt. Put forth the effort to not split the wood. It looks like a birch. Yeah, these thin doors, man, they're not the best quality, so put a little something on there to keep from messing it up. Alright, so now what I'll do is, like I said, I want to cut about a ½ inch off the bottom and a ½ inch off the top. I love this little bag. Anyways, so we'll whack a mow on this real quick. Set it up so it doesn't move. So now that I've made an extreme mess on carpet, now what we'll do is we'll set it up. Right there, these stickers here at Wars, they disintegrate. You go take them off, man, they're all over the freaking place. Then the painter paint right over them. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so now we'll take the old door on the hinge side. Now I know I'm going to be short, so what I want to do is I want more room on the bottom. I want it to clear the carpet. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is, because this is the bottom of the door. No. This is the top of the door. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is the bottom of the door. So, does it not look right? Yep. So what I want to do is I want to make it flush at the top. The two doors coming together, make them flush. They look pretty good. Yeah, looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark where the top of the hinge starts and where the bottom of the hinge is. Okay? Or you can just mark the top. I'll show you why. This is the placement of the hinge. It's going to have about an inch gap at the bottom, which is good for airflow. So, this is where you're going to get messed up if you don't pay attention. So your hinge is this way, okay? So you want to make sure you set the new hinge, or the hinge on the door, the same way. Because if you mess up and cut it this way, you're screwed. Okay, so I don't have a square with me today, so I'm going to use my fingers to mark it. Alrighty, so you want to set the hinge up the same way it was on the old door, right? So see this gap, the distance here? That's kind of crucial a little bit. So you want to kind of set your hinge on the new door about the same distance, okay? And make sure your top of the hinge is lined up. It looks about right. I don't have a square with me, so I'll close it up a little bit. It's better if you got a hinge or a square, so you can square it up, okay? So this part right here is what's going to get routed out, and then you just do it for the other three. Just mark, now that I got all three marked out, then all I got to do is route them out. Alrighty. Route it up, and you only want it the same as your hinge. So you can take your finger and lay it across there. You can kind of feel it. If you go too deep, your door's going to hit before the hinge does. So I like to give myself just a little bit of grace. Just a little bit. All right. Now we get to routing. New router. Speed. It's got a light on it. It's not too loud. See? That's not loud at all. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice freaking router. So once I do the first one, because this is new setting it up, I always want to test fit it and make sure that I'm set down in there and that my hinge is flush with the door. And dude, that's perfect, man. Perfecto. Let's do the other three, or other two. Perfection. Love it. All right, so now I'm gonna set my screws in the hinges. Set my hinges. Make sure your screws go in and flush. This is the wrong one. This needs, no, that's the right one. No, this is top. Your hinges are funny. They're, this is a 3-finger. This has 3 fingers. The doors, the top one, which is going to be this one, the other half of the hinge is on the door. So this has to be a 2-finger. Perfect. Perfection. Alright, so the middle one is a 3-finger. That's just because that's how they put it on there. You always got to watch that. Here's the other part of the hinge. Bottom is a 2, this is a 3. All right. And how I know, without marking it, how I know that this is the bottom is because this part is shorter than the top. So the other screws laying over, I'll get that in a minute. All right, so let's get the hanging and banging. I gotta put the hinge back in the bottom over there. All right, so get your pins. I'll set my top one in first. Set the top one up. Okay. Now check out the other two. Because I already know, I can see it right here, man. It's a good, that's quite a bit off. It's so off that I can't even see the latch. That's how off it is. Wow. Let me measure that door. 3/4, 29 3/4. Yep, 1/4 inch. Boss is gone. All right, so now I'll take the door back off. Yeah, I'll just take screws out this time. I'm not beating on that hinge again. Anyway, we'll take door back off and cut down a 1/2 inch off that side. Go from there. Took off a 1/4 inch off of this side. I took off 1/4 inch and bam. I got a nice big fat gap down there. Man, that floor is way off, bro. But the floor's leaned. Hey man, nothing I can do about that. That's a good, jeez. That's a good inch gap underneath that door. That's horrible, bro. Horrible. I mean, it's got an inch drop. It's got an inch drop going across. I didn't build it, man. I just fixed it. Anyways, so now we'll get to marking this the doorknob. I'll show you how to do that real quick. So the easiest way to do is shut the door, of course. In the dead center of your latch, mark the wood. And then you take your little door tool for cutting out a doorknob. You set this up on there, and that mark that you made, there's a notch in it. Put that notch right on that mark, and there you got your door set. Make sure that your center of the door is in the center of this, because some doors are thicker, and this is set up for this thick door. So that's all we gotta do is drill out a hole. Drill. That's all it's got me. So your doorknob's 2 1/8. Just get you a 2 1/8 hole saw bit and drill a hole. I try to stop before I blow through the other side, because your hole saw bit will just blow out the edge of the door, the hole, and it'll mess it up. By sticking your hand back there, you can feel for the hole to come through, or the drill bit. That's through. Okay, so I'll back out and I'll stick it in the hole on this side. And there you go. And that way I don't blow out on both sides. I got a nice clean cut. And now we need to cut the little hole, which this is an inch. I think it's a 1 inch. We gotta drill that out real quick. Change out the bits. Put the new bit in. That's the only time I ever use a 20 volt. And this is actually brand new, 3 years ago. You always want to make sure you get that set in there straight. You don't want it up or down. Try to do the best you can. Oh, first gear, no wonder. Friendly note to self. As soon as you do that, you want to get that piece of wood out of there, because it's hot. If you let it cool down, it'll swell. Whoops. Anyways, take that off, and now you got your hole. Alright. Then, I'm going to take your latch, slide it in, kind of center it up the best you can. Center it up on there best you can, and mark around it, because that is where you're going to be routing out for the latch part. Now they do have these locks without this. It has that little keeper that goes on there. I just don't have one, so this is how we're going to play this game today. All right, let get this set up. So doing the routing that out, just like doing the hinges. Just gotta take your time, man. Don't get in a big hurry with it, because you'll route out the hole too fat. I remember how to turn this on. That's pretty good. I think that'll work. I really like that new router. That's freaking fat. Yep. Looks good. Well, I'm gonna beat the crap out of it. I beat you up, huh? Yep. That'll work, bro. It looks good. Let's set some screws in it and then we'll put the knob back on. Alright, so I got everything set. Look at that gap. So we'll have to move that striker. We'll have to move it in just a hair. Whoop, that fell. So that it catches the door. Imagine that. Somebody else had already moved it. Like, really? That's a joke, man. Like no one's ever been here before. There we go. Okay, so because Don's coming here tomorrow to paint, I'm gonna go ahead and take the door knob back off. Ooh, but get yourself out of the room first. Oh, I just about shut myself in the apartment. Anyways, that'd been funny. Maintenance, dial 911.